It's tabletop time!
I'm Dave.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Murray.
And today we are playing a game called Lords of Ragnarok. This video is sponsored by Lords of Ragnarok. Now, Lords of Ragnarok is the spiritual successor to Lords of Hellas, where you will control an asymmetric hero in 1 to 4 player games. There are multiple strategies and heaps of different win conditions to enable each game to be dynamic, interesting, and allow you to go back for multiple playthroughs. The theme of Lords of Ragnarok is a very cool blend of science fiction and Norse mythology, with interesting designs for models such as this robotic Fafnir. Now, the minis themselves are actually really cool, primarily game pieces, but I love the designs. Most games would typically take around 120 minutes to finish, but you'll find some variance on that due to the multiple win conditions, and clever players can certainly snatch victory from the jaws of defeat at any earlier or opportune moment. So if you're interested in Lords of Ragnarok at this stage, jump onto the GameFound and back it today. As with most board game crowdfunding situations, there'll be plenty of stretch goals and perks for you if you jump in and back early. Get in while it's still in the GameFound stage of development. All right, so let's get back to our game and see how everything pans out. So we have actually got our game all set up to play, and I will take you through how we did that and a very quick rundown of the rules. During game setup, you place the action wheel in the center of the board and then place the realms in a clockwise direction around the map. You prepare your tokens and cards, as well as the temples and the first level of each monument being placed onto the tables. After the standard shuffling of decks, you randomly place down rune forges and then flip them, revealing the rune that they will produce for the remainder of the game. After this, you draw event cards, revealing the monsters that will be roaming around the map at the beginning of the game, as well as an event card to determine where Loki the Trickster ends up. Then draw a random 5 Ragnarok prerequisites. After this, the players get their pieces together and prepare their boards. Murray would be playing blue, and he took Ragnar the Chieftain with the Aegerson ancestry. I was playing red, and I took Snorri with his amazing musical instrument. He had the Thorson ancestry. And Jen took Aslog with the Loki Sun ancestry, allowing her to begin the game controlling a monster, as denoted by her green base that she placed around it. With the board set up, I will take you all through a few of the fundamentals of a turn. Now, heroes in Lords of Ragnarok have 3 attributes: authority, might, and wisdom. Authority defines the strength of their armies. Might determines the strength of the region they can usurp and how many combat cards they draw at the start of a hunt. And wisdom determines the limit of the combat cards and runes they can have. They also help you draw cards when fighting monsters in hunts. A player's turn is divided into 5 steps. The first step being the prayer step. In this, you may remove a rune from a rune forge if your hero is in that square. You may also send a priest, if you have one available, to a monument to claim the benefits there. When placed at monuments, priests improve the attributes of your hero, and as the monuments are leveled up, they also gain additional benefits. After that, you can either move your hero or Drakkar, which is the boat or longship, or heal a hero of an injury they've sustained. The third step in a turn is called the rune step. There are many things you can use runes for. Discarding the corresponding rune allows you to take control of a specific monster or ally a realm if your hero is present. The fourth thing you can do in a turn is activate one army. They can either move a single square or they can increase their army value if they are in a region with a settlement that you control. It is worth noting here that when an army moves into a territory, they compare their strength to the strength of the territory and they take it if it is equal or higher. Step 5 covers the special actions. This is where a lot of the strategy of the game can come into play. We'll explain that wheel later, but for now, let's just get into the action.
All right, so because I was the last to draw our hero cards, I'm going first. And all of my pieces are over here, and I'm playing green. And my character's name is Oslog, so let's move the hero. I also control this monster. It's one of the abilities that I have chosen as well, but we'll deal with that later. We'll start with my hero. So I want to move, I actually just want to move him here, I think. So I'm gonna move one of my armies.
You can move one space.
So I'll move him in here as well. And then
special action.
Build a temple. Let's do that. What's this one?
You grab a temple.
Grab a temple from
and
here.
then you get a priest.
From number 7.
Great. And my priest
Kapow.
over here. So he goes over here. Beautiful. That's my turn.
All right, and then turns proceed clockwise. So it's my turn. I've already been thrown. I was going to build a temple, and now I don't want to build a temple because it gives you a rune. So if you choose to do the same action as somebody else has done on the special action board, they actually get a rune of their choice, and the runes can be used in various ways that will always advantage the player who has them. So I don't really want to give you a rune, which has completely thrown my strategy already. Okay, I'm going to move to here. activate one army. And then it is special actions. I will choose usurp. And my hero will now compare his might, which is 2, to the population of this area, which is 2, which is equal to or higher. So I usurp and take that region with my hero. And then I recruit an army in the region my hero is in with might equal to its starting might, which is 2. And that is my turn. And that felt pretty good.
Yeah.
My turn. I'm going to move by 1
Yep.
to here, activating one army. Let's go to here. Special action, preparation. I am going to increase one of my armies by 1, and I'm going to choose that twice. And that is my turn.
Cool. So now it's back to me. So first one prayer, I can pick up a rune or send a priest. I'm gonna pick up this rune. So I take, take that and chuck him on my board. And then I'm going to move 1, 2.
That was good choice of starting location, Jen, because you got a rune and a thing. So I'm looking around and I'm like, I can take Niflheim, but I don't really care about that.
Can I activate this?
You need to form an alliance with the realm. In the rune step, which is the next set, you can spend the corresponding rune to form an alliance with Vanaheim.
Yeah, so let's do that.
Cool, so you spend your rune,
My rune.
and then you place your token on Vanaheim, and you are allied with them.
Great. Activate an army. I'm going to move them here.
Cool, and what strength is that region?
3.
So what strength are your armies?
Both 1.
So you do not take it?
Yep, special action. I'm gonna pick that one.
What one did you do?
Mobilization.
Mobilization. So you can move all your armies.
There and there as well. And then,
And then you capture that territory because you have 2, so that's yours now.
great.
And you get
A
the
chosen rune. I
Jen's going down the sick rune strategy.
I want the chicken foot on this one.
Now you're probably itching for a little bit more information about those realm actions we've been doing at the end of our turn. So I'll take the opportunity to explain how they all work in detail. First action is in the realm of Alfheim. You recruit a new army into any region neighboring your Draca or a region with a settlement. This can trigger a battle. In Vanaheim, you mobilize, activating all your armies on the main board. This can be a big move to make big plays. Remember that this doesn't just mean moving. It can also mean increasing the army's strength if they're in a region with a settlement you control. Third option, preparation, is in Niflheim. You can choose 2 options from healing an injury from a hero, drawing a combat card, gaining a rune, or choosing an army in a settlement and increasing their value by 1. In Jotunheim, you may build a temple. Take a temple from the track and place it on the region, and then gain a priest. In Muspelheim, you can activate monsters. If you control a chosen monster, you can activate it, or you can hunt a monster in the same region as your hero. Svartalheim is the location you'll choose if you wish to use the usurpation action, allowing your hero to directly take over regions by comparing the population strength of the region or the army strength with your hero's might, forcing enemy armies to retreat or gaining control of regions if they are weaker. And finally, you can build a monument. Building a monument discards all tokens from the hero track. It also forces each player to remove their priest from all monuments. When you build a monument, you add another layer to a monument that already exists, increasing the benefit that priests will gain when they move on to it in future turns. All right.
First, I need to move my hero.
I have to check rules.
Strategies coming in.
Move this dude to here, and then take claim on that territory. And then... I don't want to pick. I don't want to pick. Do it. Fine, have a rune, Jen. I get a temple. Now, on this temple point, it is worth mentioning that the stands that these would come with got lost in the mail. So we've just blue tacked them onto bases, which will suffice.
That's how the Vikings would have done it.
Yeah, your turn.
All right, prayer. We're gonna pick this bad boy up. We're gonna activate the hero. We're gonna move him too, and then runes. I'm gonna use said corresponding rune to ally myself.
Damn it.
Activate one army, move it to there, and conquer.
Oh, spicy.
And special action, let's do a little bit of recruiting.
So you get an army with strength 2 in a area with a settlement.
I only have 1 settlement, so he goes there. And that is my turn.
All right, I'm gonna send my priest.
So when you send your priest, you send your priest to one of the 3 monuments of the gods. You can pick between Thor, Odin, or Freya.
I pick Thor, which is
Thor, which will give you +1 to your might.
Great.
So your middle one will go up by 1 to 3.
And then I want to move here. So I'm going to activate my army. Move it here. So I'm going to put my pip on preparation.
Yep.
I believe it's called.
Mari gets a rune.
Mari gets a rune. And then I am going to increase one of my guys in a settlement by 1. And then I'm going to draw a combat card.
Does that make it my turn?
It is your turn.
Prayer phase. I will pick up a rune. Hooray, a rune. And then I will send my priest off to pray somewhere good. I think I want wisdom. I will activate one army, and I think that choice will be to make this fella stronger. Then special action. I'm gonna build a monument.
Aww.
I'll build Freya's monument. So I grab her legs. So we all remove all our priests. Priests are gone.
Bye.
Wow.
Removes control tokens, so all your tokens go back. Recharges artifacts, refreshes all the runes on the board, so the rune forgers get a rune back in them. And then the builder of the monument gains 1 priest for each temple they control, which for me is currently only 1, but I get a priest back, basically.
Yep.
And pick up runes from each rune forge I control. I don't control any. We draw and resolve an event card. Why did I do this?
We did declare that building monument made things happen.
That's true. All right, activate Loki,
Oh, good.
Yep.
Grendel, Hattie and Skull, and Troll. I forgot that making a monument made all of this happen. All right, so Loki, move and stomp. Loki moves here and stomps. Cool. Next up, Grendel. Discard a control token from the region with Grendel if there is one, and there is no army, otherwise discard it from anywhere on this land. He moves my control away. Move and stomp is for Hattie and Skull. I'll move it over to Jen. And then lastly we have Troll. Troll, Jen gets to choose an action. So you can choose to move, attack,
Monster
do nothing.
fight. Do it.
You can't monster fight.
Curses!
All right, I'm going to move it into here.
And now you can do the attack on, so you could do move and attack on region. So you can do up to 1 army in the region, and you could go none, because up to 1 means you have the choice. And up to 1 army in an adjacent region decreases its value by 1. So you can now decrease one of Murray's squads by 1.
Yep.
Oh, rude. I'm presuming if you reduced the 1 on 1 by 1, you destroy it.
Yeah, yep,
Egad!
Does.
Rude, Jen, rude. All right, now that's the event card. That was scary. Monsters are everywhere, and now we check for Ragnarok. What have we got? Hero with an attribute of 6, 4 or more realms allied, all armies of 1 player on the map, 2 whole lands controlled by 1 player, or a land divided. No, so we move on. Now it's Murray's turn.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. That may have changed everything I was going to do, but let's proceed. I think we're gonna head back this way. Actually, I moved it there. I'm going to increase this army to 3. And for a special action, I am going to build a temple.
Bastard. Now you get a priest, and that is the random ability draft. So we've reached the point where we draft some blessings of the gods. So you draw 1 blessing per player, plus 1, shuffle them, and then you get 1.
It's interesting as a red blessing card. I'm assuming that's bad.
I think it's a mean blessing or a friendly blessing.
So a curse?
No, it's a mean blessing. So the blessing is you get so much money that it's too heavy for you to carry all the time.
Or your fault
just kind of weighs you
moldy,
down.
but at least you got
It's a mean blessing. What do you get?
Each time another player builds a monument, you may draw 1 combat card or a chosen rune.
Oh, I'm gonna pick this one.
Oh, may move by 2 instead of 1. Oh, you're a monster controller. I'm gonna take Forced March. That looks good. All right, so Jen, your turn.
Yay! What am I going to do? I'm gonna pick up a rune with my hero. I'm gonna move my hero back over here. Okay, I'm not gonna use any of my runes. Activate an army. I want to move this one back here. Special actions, I'm going to do preparation. I want to increase him, and I can do that twice, yeah?
If you would like, yeah.
Yes, so I'm going to increase it to 3.
My turny turn.
Yes.
All right, I will pick up a rune. I'll also send a priest back to the Shrine of Freya.
Oh.
And then I will get more wisdom, and I will draw a rune. I will pick that rune.
There you
Thank
are.
And I can hold up to 4 runes now because I have very high wisdom. And then we go to the hero phase. I will move my hero to Jotunheim. And then in the rune phase, I will spend a lovely chicken foot to become friends with Jotunheim. Then in the activate an army stage, I will activate, these are in a settlement, so I'll up my army to 2, this one. And then in the special action stage, I will pick mobilization with Vanaheim, which means Jen gets to draw a rune. Of course, I know she's maxed out.
Yeah, so
So you don't want to get a different one to
I've
those
got
two?
2 different ones now.
Cool. All right, so that will do nothing for you, but I now, with mobilization, get to move all my armies. So mobilization is activate all your armies on the map. Oh, I also claim that territory at the start because
You're at 2, yeah.
I'm at 2. So these 2 armies move into here, which means I claim the region and I get the gift of Freya, the blessing of Freya, which is an artifact. It is during your turn used to take control over a monster in a region your hero is in, even if the monster was under the control of another player.
Aww.
I'm going to place a priest here. So I gain +1 might. Hero is going to move 2. Activate 1 army or increase. And then a special action. We got stomped. So we're gonna see how a monster hunt goes down.
Oh, you're gonna fight a monster?
I'm gonna find my
Oh,
monster.
yeah.
Okay, well you immediately get to increase one of your army's strength by 1 because you're friends with monsters.
Go for a cheeky 5.
And you're going to hunt a monster.
Yep, let's see how much of a bad idea this is.
Now Jen's in control of this monster, so it's basically gonna be a fight between the 2 of you.
Great.
All right, so monster fights. Fafnir's attack on region, it damages any armies in the region with him. In this case by 2. Decreasing this troop would kill it and remove it from the table. Now if that troop wasn't there, it says if there's no army in the region with Fafnir, move him to an adjacent region with an army, decrease its value by 1. There are many other results on the dice, with no action being one of them, move only, or move and attack. How you deal with monsters will be vital to how your games of Lords of Ragnarok play out, because the active player, the one that built the monument, is the one that decides all decisions that allow choice with the monsters. So if the monster rolls to move, they're the one who chooses which tile they move it in, which can be a very good strategy for affecting your opponents who might be very close to monsters. Hunts with monsters play out quite differently, with the monster choosing a monster attack, such as Mighty Attack, and the active player who is hunting the monster having their own hand of cards. They then choose to defend using either a shield card or multiple cards adding up to the value, discarding them to cancel the monster's attack. If they manage to meet the attack value, they cancel the special value of the attack, which was to deal 2 injuries, and it is considered to be blocked. If the total value of power in cards they discarded plus the wisdom value of the hero equals the weak point score, they draw more cards for their next round. They can also discard cards after this to begin to mark wounds on the beast, discarding like for like with the symbols. When the monster has had all its wound markers filled, it is considered slain and all hunt rewards, including the artifact, are taken. However, the hero may decide that the monster is too hard to fight and they could abandon early, in which case they will take any of the rewards from pips they have covered, but they will leave with an injury.
I pick Mighty Attack.
Okay,
I need to defeat the power of 5, so I should use...
that cancels the attack, that gets discarded.
All right, I'm going to discard,
Cool.
and we'll go another one of these. So one of my armies gains +2.
When you win.
Oh, when I win. Mm-hmm. Okay, and we'll do another axe.
Okay, Jen, monster attack.
I play this one anyway.
Cool, another monster bash, big attack. So you gotta play a shield or beat 5.
I'm going to beat 5.
Okay, so is there any special effects on that? Spear, you can use it with a shield, you don't have. So you discard them to match the attack. Then if that plus your wisdom equals, you draw 2 cards. So you draw 2 cards. I don't think you can put an injury on it.
No.
You can either choose to end the hunt and take an injury and your benefit, or you can basically let it be the monster's turn again and hope you draw more cards.
Oh, okay. I'm going to end it there and walk away.
And take an injury. And
I think
take
so.
+2 to an army strength. Okay, tokens go back. The
Combat.
troll still exists and it is not slain. Cool. And that was your turn, right? You hunted a monster, so then it's
I
Jen's
gain
turn.
+2.
To an army, yep.
Gonna move my hero over here.
You want to hunt, don't you? That monster. I can tell.
Activate an army. I'm gonna up this one to 3. Special actions, and I'm gonna go on top of Murray.
Wow.
Oh wow. So Murray gets a rune and you're fighting a monster.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue why you wanted to do this, but sure. You always want to fight the bloody monster every time.
Hell yeah.
I do wild attack.
To beat the 3.
Use a shield or discard cards with strength equal to that or higher than that. because of course you can discard multiple ones and then you can get the wisdom bonus to draw more cards. Is that all you're doing? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you block it. You then only draw one card and then you can attempt to discard as many cards as you want to fill those slots.
I'm gonna discard one, put a pip on him. And I'll actually discard two. Mm-hmm. And put another pip on him. Cool.
And then you're gonna continue fighting?
Yep.
I'll play special attack. It is irrelevant until you fail to block it. So it's you have to block 4. Okay, so you block with that. Now you draw one card because you didn't meet 8, and then you can discard cards to fill slots.
I'm gonna discard this one, put a pip.
Cool. Mighty attack.
Mm-hmm. So 5.
Blocked. 5 plus 2, so you draw 2 cards, and you can discard to fill slots.
I'm gonna discard that. Yep.
Play Fury, so you have to discard to beat 3 or use a shield. You draw 1 card because you didn't meet the wisdom. You can choose to discard cards.
But I can't because I haven't got a bow yet.
So you're gonna let it be the monster's turn, or are you gonna end the hunt and flee?
Let's end the hunt.
And flee?
And flee.
So you get +1 army strength and you take an injury. It is my turn. I will send my hero somewhere cool. Now you know what? I'm gonna go over there. I'm going to pay a rune to become friends with Muspelheim. Then I will activate an army to there, and then special action. Recruit more soldiers! So a region with a settlement or adjacent to Urdrakar. So that'll be this one. This one. Okay, cool, that's my turn.
I'm gonna send him down here. I shall spend the rune to become instant besties. I'm going to activate and go here.
Does that make you capture it?
It sure does.
Hell yeah.
So I'm gonna take that one.
And that means you get the blessing of the god.
Oh,
you
do
get
I?
The rune of...
I mean, I knew I got that.
Which one?
Mia acquired. All right. And that is my turn.
Why is he started 3 strength, not 2?
Because of reasons.
I'm gonna take my hero and I'll move him over here. And then I'm going to use my rune to activate this one.
Become friends.
Pay it. Yep. Become friendly. Hello. I'm going to move this army over here.
To
and
claim it?
Claim it.
Yep.
And then I'm going to, as my special action, mobilization.
Mobilization, where you move all your armies?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that means I get another rune. I just get a bloody lovely rune.
Lovely.
So I'm gonna move this guy over here
Capturing it.
and capturing it, and then leave him here and make him stronger.
I'm gonna just wander over here. Just amble across the map. Actually, no, I'll hang out over here with my dudes. I'm gonna spend 3 different runes. Spent to add 1 to an attribute, which is gonna be that. Then I can activate an army, which will claim that territory. And then I will do a special action. And the special action I choose is going to be the Buddha Temple. So blue gets a rune. Anyone that's hanging out with Jotunheim, which is just me, gets to place a new army with strength 1 in one of my regions. Mwahaha. In this region. Place my temple in this land with the shrine in it, which means I get a priest. And I believe that is that.
Hero. Activate 1 army. Let's go. Here. I will take it.
You've claimed that bad boy.
And then for a special action, we're going to go for mobilization.
The 2 of us get runes, and you move all your armies.
He's going there.
Oh, wow. You've captured the whole land.
Actually, you can go there. You can go there. All right. And that is my turn.
I am going to move him. Yeah. Pop in there. And then I'm not going to use any of my runes. I'm going to keep them. I'm going to up him to 5. And then special actions. I want to build a temple because I'm sick of not having a priest. Everyone gets a rune. Congratulations.
Hooray.
That's it. That's my turn.
Jotunheim. Oh, I get to place another army with strength 1. Ha ha! This thing is funny.
Yeah, that's a good.
Just armies everywhere.
Occupied all the spaces.
Oh, Ragnarok. So, I move my hero. I will spend 2 runes to activate an army, moving this army into this territory and claiming it. And then in the activate an army step, I will activate this army, moving it into this territory and claiming it. And then in the special action step, I will usurp, claiming this territory And that's my turn.
I'm gonna go 1, 2. I'm going to use 2 runes. Use the runes to move to here.
All right, you guys fight. So, defending player, are you going to use a combat card?
Yes.
Which one would you like to use?
This one.
Huskars, gained 1 additional army strength if your hero is in a land in which the battle is taking place, or gain 2 if it's in the region. Okay, so that is strength 5 added on. Are you going to play an attack action card, combatant?
I'm gonna use a shield.
Are you going to play another card, Jen, or pass?
I pass.
Murray, are you going to play another card or are you going to pass?
I will activate a card.
Wow. Okay, so what's the total strength? 8?
8.
Versus 9.
Yeah,
Jen
one army
takes a
loss, yeah.
loss immediately. So this goes down to 3. So now it's 8 versus 8 and the defenders win. So the loser immediately takes a casualty, which you resist with Shield Maidens. But then you both take casualties equal to the cards you've played. So you take 1 and you take 1.
Oh, okay.
Both of you, and your squad is repelled. So you've used your runes and you can now activate an army.
You know what? I will activate the same army again, activating my artifact so I draw a card.
So now we go into combat. Jen, would you like to play a combat card as a defender?
I play this sword.
Jarl, gain an additional +2 army strength if your authority is higher than your
I think
opponent's. It is not, so it's just +2.
I'm going to draw a shield, and I really banked on getting more than 1.
I think you still win. So Jen doesn't
It's
get
even,
2
I think, again.
It's 2 versus 4, but then Jen gets 2. So it's 4 versus 5. You win.
Oh, ha ha ha!
So
That's right, we can do small maths on this channel.
So Jen, you lose 1 strength and are knocked out of the territory. And now if your army strength is higher than that territory, you claim it. So that means Murray claims the territory.
Glorious combat.
Yes, that's how you push people off their spots. And now you own the temple too.
Haha. I will build a temple. Here. Oh yeah.
I'm going to build a monument.
Ta-da!
Yay!
Minus the head, of course.
Oh, it's a... Freya, more like frisbee.
And now my master plan comes into effect. I mobilize, and now I get to move all my armies. This moves into this territory, and I get to place a token down. And then these 2 will move into here, and I will place a token down. And then this guy will move into here, and I will place a token down. And I did it wrong, but the first army move in the turn I can move to, which would have been this guy over here, which we're gonna let me do because we're all friends, right? Right.
Jump the gun in excitement.
I jump.
Yeah.
We're all friends here, right?
Yeah.
I win! That was our first playthrough of Lords of Ragnarok, and I am pretty excited to see the final version of this game. This was an advanced prototype, and I personally thought it was really fun. I don't know about you guys, I kind of thought that having played it, I would play completely differently. There's so many different dynamic ways to play. What did you think, Jen?
Yeah, I think that it can be intimidating to start off with, but it's a really enriching game in the end, and there's lots of different ways to win. You just got to sort of play through the first time, I think, and then next time you can come back with a vengeance.
Yeah, I think I changed rails a few times during the game just to see what avenues I could get on, but I would definitely give this another go.
Absolutely. So if you're interested in checking out Lords of Ragnarok, make sure you go over to their Game Found and back their campaign, which is up right now. And thank you for our patrons. Hope you enjoyed the video, a bit of a playthrough of us experiencing the game, and you all have a lovely time out there in the internet lands. Jen, do you have any personal messages to anyone out on the internet?
Have a wonderful day and be kind to each other.
Murray?
Have a good one.
I won.